Tonight I want to talk to you about the gospel of Jesus Christ. We live in an age, and we live in a place, we live in a culture that has taken the gospel of Jesus Christ and reduced it down to a few tiny spiritual laws or principles.
In the garden, immensely sweating, just him and God, all his friends have left him. Left home with nothing he brought. Honestly, he may have been more alone than we thought. My memory's jogging, sin leads to a coffin. The more I go back, I run into this problem. Since I've read it, I sit and I ponder. Did his wrath start at the cross or did it start in the garden? Christ in fetal position, knees to chest, perspiration drenched, beads of sweat, eyebrows soaked from the top. It was sweat the size of blood drops or drops of blood. Big globs of rub, was it not for love? For God above, the reason he won't stop or budge. Still persistent in praying. John 17, I can remember him saying, Father, the hour has come, glorifying your son. So I saved many you have given when the power has come. Let's go back farther, even further and marvel. We existed outside of time, it was empty without everything us. In sight was covered just like each other. Before the words let there be light was uttered, we were holy 3 times thrice together. The shadow stopped hiding and the brightness hovered. We uncovered the earth, one covenant first. Made man from divine hands, dug in the dirt. Infinite fellowship, spacious love, set in place before the foundations was. Before plants and animals were, we created universes for stars and planets to work. Created everything that exists. Few moments from now, the Son of Man betrayed with a kiss. Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, Peter and the 2 sons of Zebedee. It's funny when we begin to see, go forward, backwards, both directions lead to infinity. Having a hard time making this bar rhyme. Reach out for the spirit, it's all fine. When Christ comes back for the faithful, will God find any of his people being watchful at all times? Hope this song plays for all our days. His thoughts, not our thoughts, and his ways, not our ways. Isaiah 55, verse 8 and 9. Take your time. First time God walked with man in the garden was disobeyed. Second time God was in the garden, he is betrayed. Still man is the culprit, no understanding devotion, and still dishonor his name while we stand in the pulpit. His plan is in motion, we grabbed the handle and drove it. No comprehension, what we have is mishandled or broken. Dismantled, eroding, damage exploding. Adam, Judas, neither could put their hands in the open. Genesis in the garden east of Eden. Gethsemane, book of John speaks of treason. 2 different gardens, both show men being deceiving. God the Son, God the Father, both stepping in to relieve him. Holy footprints retrace his steps, leads him right to this garden, still bleeding sweat. Agony without a deep regret. If it could, the whole earth would have released a breath. Most important day in the world, yes it lasts. The lamb standing at the wine press of his wrath. Empty the dispenser, raise the cup, stir eternity with his finger, embrace the suds. Anger can those who never tasted judge. Got the itis, Peter, John, James and stuff. Just left the last supper, you can taste the grub. Curse with the taste buds, can't change it up. Cases drug, full cases of God's fury. Every drop we will waste, he drunk. Bringing this kind of innocence beyond remembrance. What's read in the thread of John to Genesis. One book in the beginning shows him creating, the other in the beginning shows the creator. Both books show us holy and infinite nature. Both places offer the simple and simpler savior. Imagine him there as I'm talking. Everyone sees the pain of the cross, no one sees the grief in the garden. The agony of desertion, my faculty is dispersing. Followers, Father turning his back to me as I'm hurting. Actually it's uncertain when naturally is occurring, but we're told it's happily served the gravity of his purpose. But he couldn't be out the union. The second member of the Trinity, removed from communion. They came looking, called out his name, and Christ reminds them Exodus 3:14. And all the guards fell, fearing his glory, see, being submissive, even here he appears in authority. I've been around you in broad daylight, yet you come to arrest me in the middle of the night. Am I leading a rebellion? You have to come out with lanterns, torches and weapons. Wee hours of the morning, here they come with clubs and swords upon them. Identity, some Bibles write I am he. I find the tone of that kinda incomplete. Not in the sound of it, but the offense is weak. Please find more accurate versions and print them, please. Imagine you being a soldier and heard him say, I am. Sound of that blows things away, kneels people and strikes fear in hearts. trying to be called impure in thought. Is this the reason his disciples felt tired? Why they wouldn't pray, whether you tug them or shake them? And why no reasoning would have been able to wake them?
We are fallen. We are radically depraved.
Peter's eyes are heavy, the others lie so very. Still it's time to wake up, Judas arrived already. John surprised and leery, James eyes on every soldier they take off, no supplies to carry. 600 men, the sizes vary. In front of them, a mob of rabbis already. Roman cohorts, war cries are deadly. Drives are steady, Jewish ties are finished. Disciples' names were treaded, so in shame forget it. Taken off, one perhaps even ran away naked. So after the first time and second, the word finds his friends in the garden, sleeping the third time. Middle of the night, berated in court, sees Peter, and these have to be Jesus' thoughts.
It hurts to find you failed the test, knowing that you gave your best. As your friend, I'll never let you down. I know you didn't mean to leave me on my own alone tonight. Gonna gather my strength, gonna find the power. Then you know I'm gonna make it right on my own alone tonight. I'll find that inner light. I can be strong alone on my own.
As I ask myself why I met so much
I can be strong
opposition writing a CD for you,
alone.
I had to remember who I was writing about. Then I shook my head and said, yeah.
I can be strong, yeah, 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 on my own.
No Frank Dukes, Peter frankly puts up his dukes. Live by the sword, you can't do. Slicing the ear, don't think shoot.